Pre-season testing for the 2025 season got underway in Barcelona, and there is a whole lot to talk about, including the new engines, the 2.0 liter inline-4 engines, less cylinders but more noise. McLaren were the first to leave the garage, and they have decided to keep their drivers from last year and from the year before that. Norris and Piastri teaming up for the Papaya outfits for a third year in a row. Now let's talk about the team in red, Ferrari, of course. They made one of the biggest deals in F1 history, signing Lewis Hamilton for the 2025 season. And then, of course, keeping their golden boy, Charles Leclerc, for yet another year. But Leclerc was a bit early to spin out in turn 3, actually. He went wide onto the runoff area and then spun his car. He managed to get the car back running. But Ferrari looked pretty fast in pre-season testing and definitely looked like a top team. As we head over to the Milton Keynes-based team, deciding to drop Sergio Perez after a rather mediocre 2024 season from him, they have decided to sign Liam Lawson after just 11 starts in F1. Of course, keeping Verstappen for yet another year. He doesn't look to be going anywhere soon, but Red Bull do look to have dropped off in pace since last year, but it's unclear at the moment to where they are at on the grid right now. Hamilton leaving Mercedes left a gap to fill for them for the 2025 season, and they have gone for young Italian driver Andrea Kimi Antonelli to drive for them, along with George Russell, of course. Russell once again re-signing with the team, looking like a strong lineup for this year. Antonelli promising in junior formulas before, but he does tend to crash sometimes, as was seen here in practice. So we're going to take a look at that crash right now. He had an off in the final corner. He just lost the car, and that's a pretty big impact actually. On board with him now. That's a hard crash. Let's head to Aston Martin. Of course, signing Adrian Newey. Not for the drivers, of course. They signed a rookie in the top 3 from the previous F2 season in the form of Dan Maurice, pairing alongside Fernando Alonso for the 2025 season. Fernando Alonso still staying with Aston Martin. They look to be pretty quick, maybe up there fighting for podiums for next season, in what may be one of Alonso's last seasons in F1. Another team to sign a rookie is Alpine in the form of Jack Doohan, the young Australian already being under pressure from his seat after Colapinto impressed everyone at Williams last season. Flavio Briatore has given Doohan only a few races to prove himself, but he will be driving along with Pierre Gasly. Talking about Gasly, he had some reliability issues in testing, pulling over to the side here after a mechanical failure with the ICE. Ocon has been dropped from Alpine and has dropped Magnussen, so they decided to sign Ocon along with young Brit Oliver Bearman after Nico Hülkenberg decided to leave the team and head somewhere else for a bigger project, for a factory team in 2026. We will talk about that team later on today. But now we're gonna head to VCARB. Helmut Marko decided not to put Tsunoda in that Red Bull despite having more experience than Liam Lawson. So Tsunoda isn't too happy about that, but he decided to stay with VCARB anyways. And them also signing F2 runner-up Isaac Hadjar in the second RB car. Now time to talk about a team that somehow did not sign a rookie, despite they usually do. They signed Carlos Sainz to replace Sargent/Colapinto at the end of the 2024 season, after Sainz was dropped harshly by Ferrari, of course, in favor for Hamilton. And they've also decided to keep Albon for yet another season, as he had this crash in testing. A big impact, way bigger than Antonelli's crash. Let's talk about the team now that Hülkenberg moved to, as we see the rookie that they signed going off the track in the form of Gabriel Bortoleto, F2 championship winner last season. They have decided to sign a rookie to pair Hülkenberg for the 2025 and 2026 season as well, for Audi to have experience and a young hotshot in that seat. Just like Alpine, Sauber also had reliability issues in testing, as you can see Hülkenberg pulling over to the side. We started the season in Bathurst, then we had the Suzuka and Fuji in Japan, then Watkins Glen, then followed by that is British Grand Prix in Brands Hatch, then Spa, then Nürburgring returning to the grid for the German Grand Prix, then Austria, then Monza, Barcelona, the all-new Croatian Grand Prix in Dragon Trail Circuit, and then the Swiss Grand Prix, of course, debuting last year. Then after that we had to Road Atlanta and Sao Paulo to round out the season. Thank you guys for watching. I'm very excited to do this. The races will be on every single Friday, and I guess I'll see you guys in Bathurst.